Oh man, oh, what a day, what a day. It's one to remember for sure. It's also one to enjoy in maybe 24 or 48 hours. I can't remember suffering this much. I knew the odds were against me. Everybody thinks I'm always talking before the race, but this course was so hard for me. I think I overpaced a little bit on the bike, which got me a little gap, but man, I was suffering on that run. It got hot, it was uneven, it was unrhythmical, all those things. Well, the reason is all those things I came here for, but I'm so grateful that we can race and have a little piece of normality in the crazy days. But man, somebody give me a Coke. Oh.
Thanks for tuning in. Seeing as you're here, don't forget to hit the like button. It means a lot to me and it helps motivate me to do more and better content. And if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It only takes 2 seconds, means nothing to you, but a lot to me. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so just a few short updates about our training week or my training week before we get into the main topic, which is why did Jan struggle so much on the recent Gran Canaria Challenge 70.3 race? So I don't know if you can see, but I've started looking a little bit like a fab. The sun started coming out, I started wearing a short sleeve jersey, and I'm now colour graded up my arm. and legs as it happens. So yeah, that's happening. More importantly, this week we had our first session on main D as a group. A little bit more on that later this week where we'll go into the session itself, but really good to be on the track and with a few more bodies around. And we were able to draft because we've started doing the lateral flow tests, which enable us to be able to do 15 minutes close contact with each other for a little bit of draft practice and this, that and the other. So yeah, really good. Check out that on Friday. That'll be quite good fun and you can see what we got up to for a bit of race prep. But on that note, my legs are destroyed because of that session. Like, they are aching quite a lot. And that made me think a little bit about why they hurt so much more than usual and why Jan might have found the weekend so difficult and whether or not they relate to one another. So on the weekend, we saw Jan Frodeno and Nicolas Sprug take the wins in the Challenge Gran Canaria Triathlon. And it was like a really good race on both parts. Nicola dominated, but Jan found it quite tough. And he said it himself in his post-race interviews and Instagram posts. More importantly, why did Jan struggle so much? And after every race, he does tend to say, that was really tough, that was really hard, blah, blah, blah. But he really did seem to struggle a little bit more this time in comparison to usual. So if we look at his previous race in Miami, that was far more clinical. Like he managed to execute that the way that he knows how and the way that he's best at doing, and he made it look relatively easy. Whereas this time round, people were a lot closer to him. It looked far tougher, and that's because it was. But why? Why was it tough? So obviously these are my own thoughts and opinions, but I can relate it back to the session that I did yesterday. Essentially, Jan is the master of Zwift. He's level 47, 48, 49, 50 on Zwift. He does so much Zwift training. And over the past year, I've done a lot of Zwift training. But what that does is it makes you very metronomic, and he is the king at being a metronome. So you look at Kona, he just goes and individual time trials the whole thing, and he's the best at it by a long way. Like, there's no two ways about it. But what that means is you're not used to this spikiness, the elevated efforts, for example. And that's what I had on Mondays. I've probably capped myself at about 450 watts maybe for God knows how long. And now I'm going on main D on the track outside with the others, practicing a bit of technical stuff where I'm hitting 900 plus watts, probably over 1,000. And that's why my legs hurt. So taking that back to Jan, there's this undulating course in Gran Canaria where he's had to put in big surges, big efforts in comparison to what he's done on Zwift, which is probably usually more controlled. And obviously this is speculation and just my own personal opinion. But if you look into the course and what Zwift has to offer and probably what he does in training and his previous races, it makes a lot of sense. People were a lot closer to him, which you wouldn't have expected usually in those types of races. That doesn't negate the fact that he won. The best athlete won on the day, and in all honesty, it's no surprise. So yeah, there's nothing taking away from the fact that he won it. He could be trolling us and just be like, oh yeah, I found that really tough, but in all matter of fact, he just found it as tough as everyone else did. That could be the case. But just on the flip side, this could have been why it seemed to be a lot harder for him than it has been in the past. Whereas Nicola, on the other hand, does a few more sessions outdoors. She is with the Brett Sutton squad and is able to do that far more undulating, hard, easy efforts on mixed terrain. So she dominated the race, and it could come as no surprise. So let me know your thoughts. Am I right? Am I wrong? Chuck it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to the squad and the team behind the camera. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and hopefully see you next time for a little bit of main D action on the bikes and some more thoughts, emotions and training montages. See you next time.
Whoever said milk chocolate and beer is a bad combination has no idea. Recovery fuel of champions. What a day. What a day. Oh, I'm so tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed straight away. Pizza, short turnover. Let's get out of here. Go home. See you guys.